Dr. Sudhir, you've heard this, a valid point here being raised. Can the burden of bearing this cost be diversified? Can this be taken in a very different form? I mean, at the end of the day, sir, today to even buy a bike or a car, we may have BMWs and Porsches on our roads, but that's one side of the story. For an ordinary person to even buy a car is still a dream in many parts. Can this diversification happen? Can the burden of bearing the cost for commuting to be cutting short on the daily commute, which is a necessity, not be cutting one's throat?
Actually, there are many benefits which are intentional benefits of tolling a city road. We're talking about a city road now, national highways on one side. Tolling city roads is used globally as a means of traffic management. The stretches where you don't want traffic congestion or you want to reduce traffic congestion, you develop an elevated road or some other means of good road where you can drive faster but you pay toll. So people who value their time more and are willing to spend a small amount for that, which will meet the cost of the road, are permitted to use that highway. And it works out very well for them. As the previous panelist has said, that you save on fuel and you save on time. And for that, you pay in the form of a toll tax. It works out very well for those who pay, and it reduces the congestion on the other roads. So others who are using the non-toll road get a better space to drive. So that is one. Secondly, the city toll roads encourage people. You are mentioning, we are often talking of people who are of lower economic means. So the tolling encourages people to use the public transportation system. Buses should ply on these city roads, which will reduce the financial burden on those who cannot pay toll. Thirdly, those who are using of lesser means or whatever means, you are using the toll roads regularly, are given monthly passes, which do not multiply by 30 for the month as a whole. They are much lower price, so you get a lot of concession.
Okay.
So that is another benefit which is available. So all in all, city toll roads are globally, these are very popular and people are paying. And in spite of that, if people want to, use free toll road, how will the government manage the whole show? The cities require money. There is hardly a scope for toll road to be generating surplus revenue. As I mentioned before, the rules mandate publication of the annual balance sheet at the end of 31st March each year. There is a small problem, I think. It is lack of communication from those who are managing toll roads and those who are using, as far as the financing part is concerned. Their balance sheet should be properly published and the details should be shown as to how cost is coming. Even when the cost is recovered for capital side, rules permit that. Reduced cost up to 40% should be reduced for maintenance purposes, because road cannot be operated without proper maintenance and investment. Particularly if they are big roads, then they have to. So therefore, rules permit that also. Reduce.
Okay, last one. Let me just go across to Dilip Cherian. Dilip Cherian, do you want to take this quickly? When we are talking about the whole maintenance cost, let's also face the fact it's not just Mumbai, it's not just Delhi. There are also so many other expressways, state roads, highways where the tolls are so high and they are in terrible shape. I was reading an article about Jammu and Kashmir. I spoke to one of my colleagues as well about it. He confirmed it was very bad. We know what the situation is in Delhi, in Kerala as well. So you are saying there's no other way. It is a bane. It is here to stay. Toll is here to stay. But this seems very unfair. We are not just talking about Worli. That's one part of it, Bandra Worli. But India is larger than just Mumbai or just the Bandra Worli.
Very well put, Sneha. There are a whole crisscross of tollways across the country. Many in Uttar Pradesh, many in Bihar, and many in southern India, which are not in the best of shape. And I think that the rules are quite transparent on this. Toll roads which are not in good shape cannot levy tolls. And I think that's why the CAG has found that unauthorized collection has been so high over the last few years. That's one. The second thing is that I think that contractors who have the ability to collect as well as to maintain must be monitored more closely. And I think the Ministry of Highways is actually getting closer to this, because the moment you're going to do satellite recording of how much a particular user has traversed on a highway. The quality of the highway is also going to be monitored by similar methods. So let's hope that the ministry understands what it's doing and moves, in a sense, to highways 2.0 rather than being stuck in some antediluvian status where you charge a toll, but you provide virtually no service.